Hi, everyone. My name is Jill Manoff. I'm the editor-in-chief at Glossy. We are an online publication that covers the evolution of fashion, beauty, luxury, and retail through the lens of digital and technology. I am joined here today for a fireside chat with Heidi Zak, who is the co-founder and CEO of ThirdLove, which is a multi-generational women's lifestyle brand focused on elevated essentials, including bras, underwear, and loungewear. Heidi will tell you more about that. But before we jump in, just a little bit more about ThirdLove. It's the third largest online bra and underwear company in America and the #1 digital brand among millennials. It's best known for disrupting the intimates industry as the only brand to offer half cup sizes and up to 80 sizes. So yes, I think that's growing as well. ThirdLove is also known for its innovative virtual Fit Finder quiz, which close to 18 million women have used to date. You're going to hear all about that and the evolution of that Fit Finder quiz. Since founding ThirdLove in 2013, Heidi has been recognized for Fortune's 40 Under 40, Ernst & Young's Entrepreneur of the Year, and Fast Company's Most Creative People. She left her job at Google to create ThirdLove and hasn't looked back since. She's taken on former industry giants like Victoria's Secret and paved the way for more inclusive direct-to-consumer brands to win market share with today's consumers looking for a better product and brand that don't make them choose between style and comfort. So with that, welcome, Heidi.
Thanks, Jill. Nice to see you virtually.
Yes, we will make do, right? But thanks for meeting with me. And yeah, excited to dig in and learn all about the year that was. Tell me about your 2020.
Yeah, I mean, 2020 was a doozy, but I think through it all, there was definitely some silver linings. I mean, when the pandemic hit, we unfortunately did some layoffs and closed our one pop-up store. We had big plans for 2020. We were planning to open 5 retail stores, which didn't happen. And instead, we really refocused the business on efficiency and optimization and just really protecting the business, not knowing sort of what the year would look like. So the silver lining was really, I think, those efficiencies, new ways of working, and continuing to innovate last year to set us up for this year.
Yes. What are you thinking now in terms of physical retail?
We'll see. I mean, nothing this year, obviously, for us. It just doesn't make sense. I do truly believe in some element of brick and mortar of that physical experience with a brand. So certainly as we think about 2022 and beyond, I think we'll do something, but no distinct plans right now.
Yeah. Tell me about your staffing also, as you kind of definitely want to dig into what you're thinking in terms of working from home and all of that moving forward. First of all, is that possible for a fashion brand?
Yeah, it's interesting when you have physical product and a creative process. I think the teams that have struggled the most, similar to other retail companies, are those that are creative. It's really hard to be creative on Zoom. And when you're doing product development, you still have fittings and all kinds of things going on. So I'm in our office today in San Francisco with 2 other people in a 30,000 square foot office, but we still do our fittings here and we're doing our shoots on the first floor. And so we're still, our creative teams are still coming in sporadically to make it happen.
Yeah, we're going to dig into some new kind of digital innovations that you guys have tackled. Has that meant some new hires, new positions? Has your staff, I guess, transformed because of that?
Yeah, I mean, we've definitely proactively made some new hires over the past few months with really an eye on sort of what we're launching this year, both in terms of digital products, to your point, and then also the new physical products that we'll be launching this year too.
Yeah. So you mentioned some challenges. Would you say that one kind of sticks out in your head as, I mean, the biggest, maybe pulling back in certain areas, maybe, supply chain?
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing for us, like a lot of other companies, we really cut back on some purchase orders, spread our product out, push some things into this year. And that was the right decision, but definitely meant that we stocked out in some things like our wireless bra, which we're down to a few units. We ran through all of our lounge. And so, with those trends, we definitely saw sales kind of change in terms of what women were buying. And so that was another learning over the past year.
For sure. So with all of those challenges, we've noticed some brands making a big statement, being really proactive in terms of doing something good while the world is in disarray. What was your, I guess, plan of attack and your, consumer-facing plan of attack?
Yeah, I think this it's constant, right? There's always something going on for us to be discussing. For us, really, when the Black Lives movement started, in the spring, we kind of took a step back to say, what are we going to do to support the broader community? And it took us a while, actually. We didn't react right away. We didn't, have something in our back pocket ready to go. But really proud of the TL Effect, which we launched this summer. And it's a program to support female founders of color, early stage female founders of color. And we picked our first winner, Era Sims, founder of Cutie Nails, and we mentored her, gave her a $20,000 grant, and really just are there as a resource for her, hopefully to not make the same mistakes we did in the early days of ThirdLove. And our second batch of applications just opened this week, actually, for our next cohort. So cohort 2. And if you know of anyone, any early stage female founder of color, please tell them to apply. It's a really great program. So very proud of our team launching that.
Yes. So that will be an ongoing initiative. That's awesome. We hear some things that you question if it's one and done. But is it multiple cohorts a year?
Yeah, and that's actually why we did this program. And it's part of why it took us a while, because what we did when we did our internal conversations, especially around our teammates who have diverse backgrounds at ThirdLove, the biggest thing that we heard over and over from them was they wanted to see us implement something that was ongoing. That wasn't just this one-time donation. That wasn't just something that was, done once and then we move on. And so the TL Effect is meant to be an ongoing program. We'll pick 2 winners per year. And what's really awesome that I get really excited about is as these women go through the program, that network gets bigger and bigger. So you start to have this cohort of female founders that have gone through this program, that they have each other, they can mentor others. So I really think about it like concentric circles. So it's exciting.
Yes. Well, let's talk about the shifts that you saw in consumer behavior. I would think that you have a whole bunch of first-time bra shoppers online, but tell me what you saw.
Yeah, I mean, I think some of the trends, certainly new customers, our repeat customers were coming back. I think the biggest shifts we really saw were around underwear. So our underwear more than doubled year on year. Definitely saw more investment in that category. Maybe that was women doing less laundry. Who knows what was going on with that. But and then I would say the focus on cotton. So anything cotton, from our cotton wireless, our cotton t-shirt bra, there was really this focus on comfort, cotton, those kind of fabrics. And then, like I said, lounge was really great for us until it ran out.
Yes. What were you able to do to get in front of that shopper that was looking for those cotton, I guess, skivvies? Did it have to do with Google search? Did it have to do with more paid digital? What were you doing to attract that customer?
I mean, all of that. Yeah. I mean, definitely there are people who search, obviously, for cotton underwear in particular is a big one. But yeah, really just making sure we were speaking to that on our homepage, through our emails, basically on every channel through a very integrated marketing approach.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Do you think that that is specific to the pandemic? Do you think that these trends will hold true?
It's interesting. We just had a meeting about this past week where we were talking about like what can we expect. And so I think this is, our take on it at ThirdLove is that I think that women and people in general have become accustomed to a certain level of comfort that they're probably not going to be willing to give up, and that probably relates to almost every aspect in their wardrobe. That being said, we all expect, right, travel and parties and getting together will also be picking up. So I think there'll be kind of a dual track. That's kind of what I'm picturing. And even last year, we actually saw this in the summer. Shocking. We launched this yellow lace bra last summer of 2020. And I'm like, oh man, who's gonna buy this bright yellow lace bra, like to go nowhere, right? And it sold out in a few weeks. And so, because I think women just want something happy and pretty and to treat themselves. And so I do think there's this dual thing that will occur this year where you'll have sort of the focus still on comfort and making sure that whatever they're wearing is comfortable, but with that fashion element and the newness kind of mixed in. So I think we're going to see some of both.
Yes. What are you doing to keep those, I guess, maintain loyalty of those first-time shoppers?
We have a loyalty program called Hooked. And so through that program, once a woman has passed a certain threshold, she gets a free underwear on every purchase. Nice. She gets access to special offers and product launches. And so that's been a really great way for our customers to have a special experience with us. And I think that's fueled them continuing to come back more often.
Yeah. Tell me about the 80 sizes. That's the limit. Are you, will there be more? Have you found your happy spot? I know you've been adding every year, I don't know, constantly.
You are right. Yes, we have been adding almost every year, I think, since inception. I think we're good where we're at right now. We definitely address all the highest volume sizes in terms of the market. And now it's really about maybe reaching some of the sizes that tend to be a little more fringe and making sure those women actually know that we have those sizes. So I'm more focused about marketing the sizes we have to new customers versus adding new sizes right now.
That makes sense. Tell me about the Fit Finder quiz. You were an originator in the quiz department, I would say, in lingerie. First of all, what drove that? How doing it for the first time, or one of the first, I would say the first. What went into developing that, and how has it evolved over the years?
Yeah. So originally ThirdLove, we had a mobile app in 2013 when we launched the company, and the app allowed a woman to size herself using her smartphone. And so from there, what we came to realize is that we needed something web-based to make it even easier for a woman to find her size. And the core of ThirdLove, yes, it's our brand, our inclusive brand that all women hopefully can see themselves being part of. Yes, it's our product, high quality, so many sizes. But the third tenet of what we've set out to do since day one is make it really easy to buy a bra online. And I remember some of these conversations in the early days of ThirdLove with the venture capitalists who would say, are like women really going to buy a bra online? It's so hard to find fit. So solving fit has always been incredibly important to the company. So the Fit Finder quiz was the evolution of the mobile app. The Fit Finder quiz launched in 2016. 18 million women, as you mentioned, to date have done this. We've collected a massive amount of data, and it was time to push the Fit Finder forward and evolve it. But yes, it's the vast majority of our customers use the Fit Finder. So 80 to 85% of our customers use Fit Finder before they buy a bra, and 70% of the time we recommend a different size than the size she thinks she is. So it's a very, very powerful tool that we've developed.
Yeah, that's amazing. What have you found in terms of the shopper who goes through the process, uses the Fit Finder quiz, and I guess ends up keeping the bra, does not return it?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely see our return rate is lower when she takes our recommendation into account. And so that's really important. And it's interesting when a woman, maybe it is intuitive, but when a woman is actually recommended something different, it may be harder for her to convert and actually believe the size recommendation, but on average, she's happier with her purchase and repeats at a higher rate. So there's kind of this like dual thing going on where we're making sure she feels comfortable with the size recommendations. But if we can do that, it makes her a more happy and valuable customer in the longer term.
Definitely. Well, we've got a good segue here to some exciting news from ThirdLove. Can you tell us a little bit about what you are working on?
Yeah, so we're not even working on, we're about to launch. We've been working on it for the past 6 months. We are launching a new version of our Fit Finder called the Fitting Room. And it's time. We have a lot more data. We have a lot more product and size breadth, to your point. And so the Fitting Room will be launching next week. And it is very different than the Fit Finder, so the original Fit Finder. And there's a few different things that make it different. One is the fact that it's a much more interactive experience. We've 3D animations to really showcase in a robust live interaction what it is when we say things like cup gaping or underwire digging in these 3D animations. We also, in this version of the Fitting Room, have style recommendations. So this is very different. We're asking women about what kind of styles they like and prefer, what kind of colors, what kind of textures. Again, as we continue to build out our catalog, our products, this became really, really important. And then the last piece of it is an experience for the returning visitor. This is a big one. So I don't know if you know, Jill, maybe we talked about this prior, but women on average change their bra size 6 times in the course of their life. So that's a lot, right?
That's
Gaining and losing weight, different life changes. And so this also takes into account a returning visitor who's coming back to get a different recommendation on size or style. And so really supporting that, given we have, close to 4 million customers at this point, it's really important that we're also considering not just that new visitor who's coming for a first time size recommendation, but also the woman who's coming back to find a different size or style because something's changed in her life and she's looking for something new.
It's so interesting. So the former quiz, they would take it one and done. They would be served up their size, take it or leave it. But when they came back to the site again, was that saved? Did they have access to that? Or did they have to go through the process again?
It was saved, but there was a little bit of quirkiness. And now what's really nice is that somebody can also just come back and take a portion, even a new customer can. So they can basically say, and again, this is really important because we found this through user research and all the women who've done it. Some women are just looking for style recommendations. They already know their size, or they came to ThirdLove already, so they can skip the fit portion. Or you can choose just to do one piece of it, and also skip some of the questions if you've done them before. So it's basically just a more intuitive way to get through it.
Okay, that makes perfect sense. Is there a misconception among women that whether you're doing the Fit Finder quiz, you're doing the new fitting room, do they think that once they get in, I would say, are they very willing to jump in and go there? Or do they think this is going to involve a tape measure? Like, at this point, do they have a pretty accurate understanding of what they're getting into, would you say?
I think they do, because one of the first questions we ask up front is what's the bra you're currently wearing? And interestingly as well, because we're asking her to look on her best fitting bra and tell us what size she's wearing, we actually see drop off as highest on that question. And you know what that tells you, right? And we've done also this research, is that a lot of times a woman might be doing it, somewhere where she doesn't remember her bra size, and she has to actually go check in her bra drawer to be like, what is my favorite bra? What is that brand? What is that size? And so certainly she knows she's going to be investing a little time in the quiz, but we say up front, no measuring tapes required. I mean, come on, let's be honest. Who knows how to use a measuring tape? Like, most people do not know how to use a measuring tape. I don't know how to use one accurately.
Yeah. Well, as other quizzes in the industry have sprouted up, and brands, your competitors, they don't have your size range. So I would assume that, the quiz maybe doesn't serve up something as accurate in terms of the fit that somebody wants. I don't know. Is that a challenge as competitors have sprouted up? And again, maybe not doing it to your standard.
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing is just making sure we have the customer service and the returns program to support a woman who needs more help. I think that's the biggest thing. So, we've been testing in a lightweight way and seen a lot of good success with somebody who gets to the results page of the Fit Finder, the fitting room. If they're getting a size recommendation that's different than, like I said, what they think they are, having that proactive chat with one of our internal fit stylists to say, hey, like, I saw you got recommended, a 34B.5, like, do you have any questions, right? Because a lot of times, like I said, when women are seeing a different size than they anticipated, they really want to have that conversation with somebody. So I think the interactions with real humans are important at different moments, and our fit stylists are wonderfully trained. They know so much about breast shapes and fit issues and all of our bras and all of the sizes that they're super helpful. So I think that's a really important element. And then the second piece is really like returns and exchanges. So we stand behind our products. If it's not going to work out, we're going to take it back. We want to make it right with the woman. We want her to find something great. And so those two things, I think, coupled with the fitting room, are what makes it so powerful.
Yeah, so you already have those online, I guess, customer service, those representatives available for chat. I saw something interesting on when I was browsing that said, your local associate, because I'm with my folks in St. Louis, is ready for you. And I was like, I've never seen that before. But is that new? Have you always had that level of customer service?
That is new, and that's part of what I was just talking about. It's very cool that you saw it. It's not everyone is seeing it, so we are testing it in a small way right now. But yeah, it's been really successful.
Okay, great. And tell me how you're, I guess, retargeting. Once you serve up, they take the quiz, you give them their product recommendations. What happens after that? Are they getting an email, regular emails, reminding them of what they found, or what happens?
Yeah, so this is a great question, and it's evolved because in the early days of our Fit Finder, we had a program that we were pretty well known for that a lot of others implemented as well after we did, called Try Before You Buy. And so it was this program where a woman could try a bra for free and didn't have to pay for it up front and only paid for it after 30 days. And so the Fit Finder, the original Fit Finder, was very much one-dimensional, focused on the t-shirt bra and try before you buy. And so it was a very, how do I say, narrow funnel that we developed. And what it evolved right along the way was, like I said, us having all these styles, many products, like including underwear and beyond. And so the newer version of the Fit Finder fitting room results page, and then the drip email and conversation that occurs after, is much more robust today than it's ever been in the past, to showcase multiple styles and colors to her. So yes, drip is really, really important. To drip email, that is, to continuing that conversation with her about why we recommended a certain size and style, what she can expect, and then all these elements of education that need to happen.
Okay, great. What would you say your goals are for the new quiz, the new experience this year, maybe as compared to last year?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing here is, in essence, what we've always set out to do is to make bra shopping as convenient and fun and accurate as possible while doing it online from the comfort of home. And that's always been our goal. And so my hope with the new fitting room is that somebody who's experiencing it it's super clear, it's really, really easy. And she's getting tidbits of education along the way, which we've always done. And there's humor. Honestly, there's a little bit of lightweight humor. Things are heavy. Bra shopping doesn't have to be heavy. So really having that human element in the context of the tone, the words that we use, and also making a woman feel very comfortable. So you'll see that when you go through, depending on how you answer questions, they'll be like, yeah, other women say the same thing, or this amount of women say the same thing. Because what I found is every woman has a bra story, and women always say to me, oh, it's just me, but ... And I'm like, no, it's not just you. It's you and millions of other women. And so we want a woman to know that when she does the fitting room, that she's not alone, that she's totally normal. And like, we want to make this really great for her.
Yes. How do you describe your voice? Did this require hiring, I don't know, a new copywriter, a new editor? And who is she? Is she your friend? Who is she?
Good.
Oh, go ahead.
So it's our team who developed it. So kudos to our team. But the goal of the copy and the content is to be like bra shopping with your best friend who knows everything about bras, but nice. She makes you feel really comfortable. So that is the tone that we're going for.
Nice. And real quick, we are running out of time. Goals for 2021 beyond the new, kicking this off with a bang.
Yes, I would say new. 2021, it's like, let's do this. I feel really reinvigorated about the year. We have a lot of new products we're launching, new categories. We have a new creative campaigns. There's going to just be a lot of newness and freshness from us including the fitting room, which is huge, and some other features on our website, all coming this year. And really excited for everyone to see it when they come out.
Well, amazing. Well, can't wait to see all the newness. Heidi, thanks so much.
Thanks, Jill. Great chatting with you.
You as well.